This is another lesson for dear Mr. Kilmer on questions and answers. So let's look at the question. This is one of the questions in one of the trial exams. Okay, the following are the novels studied in the literature component in English language. Dear Mr. Kilmer, Sing to the Dawn, and also Captain Nobody. Okay, so choose any one of the novels above and answer the questions below. Determination leads to success. How is this shown in the novel you have studied? So this is a question. Support your answer with close reference to the text. Okay, again, determination leads to success. So this is a two-in-one question. You have to find characters who show determination, and the determination of the characters must lead to success. Okay, this is another question which is a bit similar. Choose any of the novels above and answer the question below. Determination is important to achieve what one desires. So, how is this shown in the novel you have read? Support your answer with close reference to the text. Determination is important to achieve what one desires. Okay, so this one, maybe you can talk about one character or more than one characters. Okay, again, the format is the same, where you have to have the introduction, title, author, and brief summary of the story. And then you have the contents, where you have 3 paragraphs for the evidence or the reasons. And then lastly, the conclusion. Okay, first of all, let's look at the introduction. It is similar. You can write a brief of the novel. And say the novel I studied or I have studied is Dear Mr. Kilmer by Anne Schraff. The book is about a farm boy living in Iowa. After reading Joyce Kilmer's poetry, Richard Knight began a correspondence with the soldier poet about his own writing, even as he worried about the war in Europe and the way people treated his German-American neighbor Hannah. So this could be the summary in your introduction. Okay, now gonna move on to contents. So contents of the characters who showed determination are Richard Knight, Hannah Schirmer, and also Joyce Kilmer. So for example, for Richard Knight, you can say he tried to stand up for what was right. That is, he respect other human beings. So example of the event or the evidence from the novel is he signed a sympathy card for Hannah. And then what is a success? Success is from the event he became closer with Hannah. The second character who showed determination is Hannah Schirmer. So she did not want to create war in Turtle Lake Town because of she was chosen as to play the role of Lady Liberty, so she declined it. So the success was she managed to stop people from complaining to the school about the choice of Lady Liberty. Okay, the third one is Joyce Kilmer. What was his determination? He wanted the future generation to be free from any more war, so he joined the army. Okay, the success, although he was killed, the war did end later. Okay, let's look at the content. The first content is Richard Knight was determined to stand up for what was right, as he believed that all human beings should be respected. After the incident of the Schirmer's tavern was vandalized because they were Germans, Mrs. Hanson asked the student to sign a card to express the regret of the incident. Richard was the only person who signed the card, as the others believed that they should not, as there was a war. Okay, then in the war, the United States or America was fighting against Germany. Hannah Hannah's parents, they had lived in America for many years, and her brother Otto was also in the American Expeditionary Force too. Richard told Mrs. Hanson that he would give the sympathy card to Hannah. Although Hannah treated him badly because she was upset about the incident, she later apologized to Richard. Richard's determination made it possible for Hannah to befriend him, and later they became very close friends. So Hannah even invited him to meet her parents. So let's move on to content 2, which is paragraph 3. Another character who showed determination was Hannah Schirmer. She was determined not to create a small war in Turtle Lake Town. There was a program to sell Liberty bonds in effort to support America in the war. Mrs. Hanson held an essay writing contest to choose who would play Lady Liberty and the Doughboy. Hannah won Lady Liberty role. In her essay, Hannah talked about making peace. She said that the real enemy was war itself. So she suggested civilians to wage war against prejudice and hatred and learn to accept others regardless of caste, creed, and color. Meanwhile, Richard also won the doughboy role. In his essay, Richard suggested to write to young American soldiers to show support. Everyone at school talked about Mrs. Hanson's decision to choose Hannah as Lady Liberty. Some parents complained to the principal, so Hannah decided to decline the role because she said that she did not wish to start a war in the town. Her determination managed to prevent further problems in the community. Okay, the next content, which is the last evidence. Okay, the last evidence is Mr. Joyce Kilmer was a famous poet and had worked with the New York Times. He published a book, Trees and Other Poems. He volunteered for service in the army to fight for his country when World War I started. He admitted it was very hard to train to be a soldier. Although he was afraid, he had to overcome his fears. He believed in President Wilson's calling of the war to end wars. So he volunteered to fight so young men would not need to fight and die in any more wars. This was his determination. Although he died in the war in the end of the story, the war did end and American soldiers came back like Otto, okay, who is Hannah's brother, and he fought in the war against the German. Okay, you can say now we are moving on to the conclusion. In the conclusion, you can say, in conclusion, there are many characters in the novel who had shown determination to achieve what they desired or wished for. If we wish to be successful, we need to have strong determination. Okay, that's all. That's the end of our question and answer. So thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.